Well, this is interesting, everybody. I've got 3 spotted horses with saddles. This might be already a known bug. It probably is, actually. But watch this. This is really funny. I found these spotted horses running around looking for a donkey still. But if I get on this guy, disconnect, go back in. Horsey duplicated. I guess that's a fun exploit to be able to... You actually exist, or are you in the ground? Oh yeah, you exist. See, look, I can just go get... I can get saddles all day long. Who needs dungeons anymore? I don't know if I'd do anything with these saddles, actually, but, because I think that's kind of cheap. But, it's an interesting bug nonetheless. So, I've got all these horses that are going to run around, some with saddles, some without. Ooh, look at this chunk here. But anyways, my internet's very glitchy right now, so it would not make for a good video. Just wanted to show you guys that, and I'll come back. Well, that also sucked. I glitched out for a minute trying to run on the horse, and when my computer caught up, I was in a lava pool that opens up to the ground. Yeah, I don't know where I'm at, so I'm not going to get back here. However, I'm going to respawn in a bed somewhere, and I guess we'll continue running around. That's really annoying. Oh my god, guys, I did some random running around and I found the spot that I got killed in. Trying to get my stuff as quickly as possible because I don't know how long this timer's been going for. I did not get a lot of my stuff back. Oh, that means somewhere right around here are those extra horses, but I did get one of my saddles back. I could have sworn some of the armor was still sitting there in my death view. It may have... Wow, I randomly just came across this lava pool and I was like, let me go check that out and see. So if I came in this way, that means I came from over here because I was running and I glitched out, and next I knew I was in lava, so I had to go in here. Is what had to have happened. One saddle's good enough. And I should have glitched out horses back here. I didn't get any of my wheat though, did I? No. Gonna make them tough to tame. But that does mean that somewhere... Oh, is this them? No, this does not appear to be them. This is other horses. Not the duped horses, but it's other horses. And I do have a saddle, so I can get back on one of these guys. Which guy do I want to get? You guys have seen me tame some horses before. Let me see where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Hi, buddy. I know you're not going to like me too much. It's going to take a while to get you because I have no wheat for you. You've seen me tame horses before. I'm going to take this horse for a ride. Kind of traverse the landscape some more. Still looking for that donkey. I'll be back with progress. Hello everybody, welcome back. It is Jeff again, and starting the episode, even though there's already been some intro work that was done yesterday, I have rebuilt myself back up with iron armor. I have a lot of supplies, but they're very random supplies. I'm down to that one saddle. I can't remember if I was recording when my horse died. He went underground, he got stuck in some water, and he died. And I don't have any leashes to get him out, so that's going to cause a problem. But it was nighttime, and instead of going through the night and sleeping again, I found a cave. So I decided to, actually I heard zombies, and I went digging down to them because I thought maybe, I don't have a bow, do I? And I threw all that spider silk I had away. That was dumb. So I decided to come down into this cave instead of sleeping the night away, looking for those zombies, hoping maybe there was another dungeon and I could get some more saddles. Like, I'm still far away. It looks like I'm starting to make my way back home on accident. Not really on accident. I'm following the edge of the ravine, or the edge of the ocean. I don't really want to go across the ocean because that would be very detrimental to getting the horses home. But I decided I will just jump in here and do some caving for this episode instead of the horse trek. Have some fun things to talk to you guys about. Let's start with my internet service provider. Now, based on what other fellow Mindcrackers have informed me that they have been told by their respective internet service providers, there's apparently a requirement to have permission, written and authorized permission from them, which is not true, but they said that in order to even discuss them on a YouTube channel, you need all this written authorization, etc., etc. So instead of even trying to get into that battle, I will just keep my service provider nameless. We will call them Ccast. Yeah, that's it. Nobody will get it from that. No, you know what? That's probably way too easy. Let's call them ComC. They're in code words. Nobody will ever know who they are now. So, my roommate is moving. He is the one that currently has the internet and the cable TV and such in his name. He got service installed over the weekend at his new address, as well as has this one slated to be... Oh, that's where I got coal. Oh, that's weird. I looped back around. As well as he informed them that this address needs to stay active until June 19th. I'm speaking to you today. It's June 3rd. So we still got a couple weeks on this account to get everything taken care of and get everything switched over when a new roommate moves in. We try to take one of the bills as responsibility or whatnot. And so we're waiting for somebody new to... Oops, that was dumb. Somebody new to move in order to take care of that. Well, ever since he told them that he was leaving, I have had the most tremendous internet issues, which are still persisting as of now. Not as bad as they were yesterday. Not as bad as they were this weekend, but they still are very persistent issues. Connectivity just goes in and out. So I called Comcast last week, scheduled a technician, because she looked at the records and was like, yeah, I can see that your modem is basically offline more than it's online. Obviously there's an issue. We can't troubleshoot it from here. Let's get out to you. Let's get a service call, get out to your house and check out what this is. I said, okay. They were supposed to come over on Saturday at between 10 and 12, which was good because I had something I was doing online at 3. Figured, okay, this is perfect. I'll come out between 10 and 12. We'll get this figured out. Hopefully, be up and running and ready to go by 3 o'clock. They were late. Which happens, which was unfortunate. It was making me very nervous that I was not going to have any internet at all, let alone for anything else that I was planning on doing. I was planning on doing a co-op event with some people that we've been trying to plan for a little while from the fan server, and unfortunately it just was unable to happen if I didn't have my internet working. And I was really looking forward to it. I thought it would be a lot of fun. So They finally make it out here. They do all the signal tests and everything, and they say everything looks like it should be working, but we can still make this better. Like, the signal's not low, but we could make it better by, let's replace your cords, let's run new wires and all that stuff, and let's give you a new modem to make sure that if it's a modem issue, things get taken care of. I said, okay. So they replaced all that stuff, got it done at like 2. Everything's working great. Everything's looking fantastic. Happy. They leave. I log on to the internet. I'm on it for like 3 or 4 minutes, and it drops again. Wait, that's right. It just came down. Wait, what am I trying to get to? Was it this way? I think it was this way. Logs off again. My internet just starts having these ridiculous connectivity issues again, exactly as if they were happening before. No resolution to the problem, basically. Everything seemed like it was going to be good, but nope, it apparently was not. In there, I want to go down here. So I call Comcast back. The guy on the line tries to tell me that, oh, it's because it's a new modem. It'll take up to 24 hours to provision correctly. I said, are you trying to tell me that the exact same problems I've been experiencing are now still happening. There was no resolution to the problem, and you're trying to blame it on the fact that it's a new modem. The thing that's supposed to fix it is what's giving it problems now, the exact same problems that I've been experiencing, and you're trying to make up some excuse and tell me that that's normal for this case. Essentially, yes, the guy says, yep, that's the case. I know that's crap. You guys all know that's crap. No resolution, nothing. This guy wouldn't help me at all. So, at this time, my cable TV stops working also, which the cable TV was always working fine. It was really weird that it just stopped working. So I called back, called somebody else to try to get some more help, get run around in circles, finally tell them basically you need to transfer me to a manager. This is unacceptable. So of course, twice they try to transfer me to a manager, and twice I get disconnected. Of course, that's going to happen. So I'm really, really frustrated and heated at this time. Luckily, the lady I was talking to was probably one of the best Comcast reps that must exist, because she actually called me back both of those times and was like, I don't know what happened. It got disconnected. I wanted to call you back and make sure we got this resolved, which is something that you don't usually get customer service like that, especially from ComC or Ccast. I believe I've said their name a couple times on accident. Hope I didn't spill the beans on who it was. I end up finally getting to a manager who is just as useless, cannot help me at all. Trying to make up some excuses. Well, fine, well, I guess we'll schedule you another appointment. I'm like, well, of course you should schedule me another appointment. But they can't even give me an appointment date. The appointment date they can give me is June 24th, which is 5 days after the service is to be shut off. And then they're trying to argue with me that, well, your service is getting shut off soon anyway, so is it really that big of a deal? And I tried to very kindly explain to them for a while that just because my service is getting shut off at some point soon does not mean I do not still require working internet for the time frame. I tell them that, oh, is that sun going down? Oh, crap. I'm kind of done exploring that cave. I guess I should just get back in there, prepare, get a bed, so I can go running around the surface a little bit more. So, I finally go to the cable TV department, because I said, no, fine, whatever, like, I'm sick of dealing with these people, but I at least want my cable TV working, since it's no longer working. I call somebody, got a hold of somebody, and go figure. The guy who runs cable TV looks at it and instantly goes, oh, I see exactly what happened here. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, there we go. He goes, they do have a shut-off date for the 19th. However, for some reason, they also have another date written here to have everything turning off on the 1st, which isn't supposed to, it's not supposed to be like that. It should be, oh, whoops. I think that'll still be okay. I hope so. So he switched the date. The second he switched the date over to the 19th, my cable TV starts working. He claims the internet's going to be working too, and it seems to be holding up okay. As you can see, I'm still experiencing quite a bit of lag, but I haven't disconnected since then. The guy who runs cable TV service somehow can fix everything, yet the people who run the internet can't do anything to assist me. It is extremely frustrating, and granted, I do not currently make my living off of YouTube. I do get some revenue from it, not too much. I get some revenue from it though. I'm hoping to build this empire. I would like to continue making good quality videos that get people more into wanting to watch my channel, and maybe, I can't say that I will in the future have that as my sole income by any means, but I mean, it's possible. It could happen. But I can't make any type of videos that involve me being online if, oh, sorry, I was doing something to the side while I was running, and I ran right into a block and wasn't even paying attention. So, it's very frustrating. What I think is the most frustrating is that everything worked perfectly fine for 8 months. And they're trying to sit there and give some random excuses as to why things are not going to be going right. He even said at one point, if other companies are installing cable, they use the same trunk lines, and therefore it will slow down my connection. They don't even have a system well enough that their competitors are going to be sucking up their bandwidth somehow, and that's unacceptable. These people are in the business of internet. If their internet went down, I guarantee there'd be some problems. But if it's just everyday Joe, you got to jump through hoops to get things fixed and services that you pay for, which I find, I understand that there's problems involved and things like that, but when you do have a YouTube channel, like I said, luckily I don't make my living off of this. Like, if that happened to somebody like, Good, Vintage Beef, MC Gamer, all the guys on the Mindcrack server who this is their sole income, this is their sole living, and their internet goes down, they literally, it's almost as if they went to work and their work was like, we don't have any work for you today, go home and you're not going to get paid. That's essentially what it would be. It's really frustrating and really annoying that you have to, my basis of living, and not mine, like I said, but I'm speaking from their perspective, but their basis of living can be solely based on another company that can kind of cut in and out at any moment. It's kind of like the Yogscast thing, when the Yogscast got their channel pulled because they were underage all of a sudden. That was their money. Their money is gone, and granted, yeah, they were able to get it fixed very quickly, but because they're big enough in order to have the right contacts that they need to make, but I am not a big enough channel. I am not well known, especially to people like internet service providers, to know how important that stuff is. So it's really scary to see that, my livelihood is, potentially could be based off of something I have absolutely zero control over. And that's a scary prospect. But anyways, my little rant about Seacast. So, another issue that I had today is I went out to my car to go to work this morning and started driving. I jumped in, started driving down the street. And I noticed my little door ajar light was on on the dashboard. And that often happens, like I'll accidentally hit the button on my keypad that'll open up my back window. I have an Explorer, so it'll open up the back window, and it doesn't like fly open or anything, but it notices that it's not latched, so it tells you that there's a door that's ajar. So I turned and looked behind me to see if I could tell if that window was open or not. And I looked back real quick, glanced back forward, and then I kind of stopped and thought, I'm like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. And I looked back. I had a bike in the back of my car. I had it there because my brake cable was broken. I was going to take it to the shop. Bike's gone. Somebody broke into my car and stole my bike, which kind of made me laugh. Like, it sucks. It happens. I've had my car broken into many times. Not out here. That was actually the first one out here. But back when I lived in Flint, I got my car broken into every single semester of college. It was kind of ridiculous, but it happens. Bike's not anything crazy, not a cheap bike, but not a super expensive bike. But the more ironic thing is, I looked back, nothing else is missing. I have a snowboard back there. I have my snowboarding gear still there because I'm loading it up so I can take it back to Michigan next time I go. Just keep it in the back of my car because why not? I have my ski equipment's back there. I have some first aid supplies. I have a car booster jumper box. My radio's there. My GPS unit's still there. Everything's there. Somebody literally was like, look, a car. Somehow got into my car. I don't know if, that it didn't lock right. I don't know if they have a secret way they can get into it because nothing's broken. No broken windows, no broken locks. Everything seems to function just fine. But literally it was like, I guess it's the perfect thing to steal too, because you open up the door, you get on a bike, and you can ride down the street. It's quick, one and done. So it kind of sucks. It makes me, like I said, laugh, but it is very annoying. It's always annoying to get stuff stolen from you. Sorry, I had to stop and move my hands for a minute. So it's frustrating, but what are you going to do? I just think it's funny around here. Bikes and stuff, I think, get stolen all the time. There's constantly up the street by the metro stop. There is a bike rack that there's constantly just skeleton bikes on it because people lock up their bike and they'll come back and it will no longer have any tires, it won't have a seat anymore. You know, it's a pretty rampant problem in this area. And this one, unfortunately, it wasn't even locked to anything. They stole the whole goddamn bike. The funny thing is, my lock, it's a U-lock, one of those like indestructible ones. It's still on it. It is still connected to the frame, but I didn't need to lock it to anything because it's in my car. And I know what you guys are about to say, that I'm gonna be running circles right this moment, which I probably am, because I'm probably going right back to an area that I've already been to. This looks like plains, but it's plains in the snow. This reminds me of the old snow biomes, back before there was actual multiple biomes in a map. It's just you could either log in and either be normal or it'd be snow. This reminds me of one of the snow ones. I thought that snow was only in taigas and stuff now, but I could be actually completely wrong. Because look at all this stuff. Just a leisurely stroll through the snow and then the desert. Yeah, that's normal. That's what happens all the time. It's like Arizona. Except there's no mountain involved. But my U-lock is still on it, and it, you know, I don't think it's going to be easy for them to get that off if they can get it off. So I'm really curious if I'm going to go down the street and see my bike locked up to a fence, a bike rack or something somewhere, because yeah, I mean, maybe they'll probably sell it. Who knows they could sell it to? Would buy it, maybe have it as their own. It might not even be the person who, you know, stole the bike if I see it, which would make me feel kind of bad, because, you know, if I bought a bike from somebody and somebody made up an excuse of, oh, that's my lock, I just lost the key for it, so it's going to be stuck there, I'd be like, yeah, sure, if it's the right price, I'd buy a bike, if I didn't think it was stolen. And but the thing is, if I ever see it anywhere on the street, it'll probably be locked up with a different lock, and I'm seriously going to walk right on up to it. And if it's locked with a different lock, I will just lock my lock to it so it can no longer move and deal with it from there. I don't know if I'll really ever see it again. And I'm very lucky that it was the only thing that was taken, because it could have been a lot worse. They could have gone through, they could have stolen my work badge. That would have just been a pain in the ass. I couldn't have parked at work today. As I started coughing like really bad, I just had to kind of stop in my tracks. So now I'm just looking. It's kind of night again. I don't want to have to make another bed. Oh, I really want to find some more planes. I don't even know. See, I'm surrounded by ocean, and I don't want to cross the ocean. I'm going back out to the same general direction I was at before. I still haven't looked up horse spawning enough to know that if they're going to, you know what I should do? I'm going to make a bed, but I'm going to wait. I want to kill some spiders so I can actually get a bow. But while I'm waiting, let me get a bed prepared. See, I'm experiencing a lot of lag still, which is really annoying. Bed is down. I'll have to take this back in my inventory. Drop those because I don't need those, so that when I get spiders. Okay, I'm in the desert. I'm in the perfect spot. I should be able to see all the enemies I want to see when they actually spawn. There's one. Get another sword ready on my bar too, because that one's gonna break. Can't start running right either. Ooh, I seem to have just lost my game sounds through my headset here, which is quite annoying. Two. Just need one more. I really want to stop and go adjust my game sounds because this is making it difficult. And I don't know if it's recording right, if it's a headset issue, or what. Oh crap, he's gonna blow. Yep. Man, he almost got me too. I really need to be careful. Just leaned on this. Oh yeah, my game sounds are back. I must have just leaned on the volume control on my headset. Wow, that is a lot of spider. Oh come on, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Oh my god, the lag is killing me. Lag is killing me. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna run into a freaking creeper, is what I'm gonna do. That one guy's gotta be almost dead. There's my spider. There's my string. Get it. Got it. Can I sleep quickly? Oh, this isn't the hill. This isn't the hill. There's my hill. Get in. Get in. Get in. Ah. Burn, zombie burn. Oh, I almost just took that bed, which would have been bad. Oh yeah, I hate that fire. I'm so lucky that sword actually didn't break in the middle of all that lag. That would have been brutal. So you might hear me talking about it soon in my series with Good. Did I get that workbench? I did not get the workbench. What don't I want? I don't need those. There we go. But lately I've been watching Survivor. I was all caught up in Survivor, but I started watching it at probably like season 7 or so when I started watching it. I got all caught up through, you know, this last season that just ended and everything, and I love Survivor. I think Survivor is fantastic, and I've talked about that before. But I decided, even though I know who wins, I'm going to go back to the beginning and start over. So I watched season 1, and I'm now working on watching season 2, and I got to tell you, man, it is hilarious because it is such a different game. Not only is the editing done so different that the way that they edit the challenges, and just you could tell that it was a much lower budget. They probably didn't know if it was going to go anywhere. Jeff Probst didn't have like his catchphrases all lined up and ready to go yet, and it is really entertaining to watch. And the people, they're all so much nicer to each other for the most part, and they all seem to understand that it's a big game. There is a little bit of people getting upset here and there, but for the most part, they're all like, this is a game for $1 million. Like, you voted me off? Sucks, I didn't win, but, you know, I'm not mad. Whereas it's now, people are so angry with other people, and now I would think it'd be the complete opposite way, where they get so angry when people make these alliances and break their promises and things like that. But now people have strategy, and that's what it's all about. Whereas before, you would think people didn't really have a strategy because they didn't know anything about I can't say they didn't have a strategy. They didn't go in with this big strategy because they didn't know the game. They didn't know how the game would progress. And people were much kinder about it now than they have been in the past, which I just find hilarious. But it's really great. It's interesting watching a series when you know the final winner. It's actually the reason I didn't watch the season 2 of Redneck Island yet. And Redneck Island is the redneck version of Survivor, and it is hosted by Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it is hilarious just because there's these challenges, but they're pretty much like all the rewards are for kegs of beer and things like that, and it's just, the people are so funny in that show. But I happened to go onto the website because I wanted to see when the next season was going to be, because I didn't realize there was already 2 seasons of it, and at the same time I didn't realize the season 2 had apparently just finished. So I went to the website, and the first thing on the website, it said, congratulations to, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who wants to watch it, and I was like, oh, haven't even started watching this yet. The first thing I happen to come across is the congratulations to the winner of the season that I really just wanted to sit down and watch now. So I might still sit down and watch that, because it kind of sucks knowing the end outcome of it already, but I mean, it's not. It's an interesting cave. It's not. It still is entertaining to watch. Survivor, I went in knowing. I mean, everybody knows who won season 1 of Survivor. In case you don't, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but everybody knows who won season 1 of Survivor, so it was no shock. But it was still cool to see the dynamic of how it all played out. Especially when that guy's such a legend at this point. The winner that everybody, you know, everybody relates everything back to this individual. And but it was still cool to see how it played out. But I have been running around for a long time now, not accomplishing anything, because I've basically gone from snow to desert to snow to desert to snow to desert, and I'm not finding any plains, which was my goal, even though I started this with caving. So I'm going to call this episode good. Don't want to waste your guys' time with too much nonsensical accomplishments of the Mindcrack server. So, anyways, guys, I will see you next time. Take care.